Okay, it looks like I'm live. Alright, so I'm going to be doing some work on this project, OpenPlayground. Web application to help you try out and compare different large language models and run them on your data. So it's all about helping people to start benefiting from language models more in their work. So there are various providers like OpenAI and Cohere and Hugging Face which host large language models through their APIs. And this is a system that allows you to query those different providers with different models to find what works best for you and start to scale up from there. So it's going to be an open source project and got a few more things to do on it before we release it, so I'm going to dive into the to-do list here. Alright, so we're working on the presets at the moment. So I want to be able to export and import presets. So far I've got this preset panel and I've got the ability to share a preset, and it just gives you a JSON stringified stuff that you can then copy and paste, and you should be able to import that. So now I need to get this import button working so that it can take that string and create a template from it. So first thing is going to get a modal popping up from this button. So let's go into the code here. So we're in the playground view. We've got, so let's go to the HTML. I've created this import button, so where is it? Start hooking this up. Okay, so this is our button here. That's this button. Import preset button. So I'm going to go to my JavaScript here. I'm going to create import preset button. And I'm using GitHub Copilot here, so you can see the autocomplete awesomeness that I'm getting. That's a class import preset button, so like that. Get that element available to my JavaScript. So right, now I want to set up a listener for clicking on that button. So I'm going to go to my init listeners method. I'm going to add a listener for this button. So I want to click. And what do we want to do on click? We want to open import modal. That's correct. So let's just get a really basic modal popping up for now. So import modal is new modal. I've got this modal component which I've made, and let's just have it with the. Actually, let's just do that. This should be. Now we want to just render it and show it. So let's see if this works. We've got a linting error here. I guess I'm missing a. Cool. Right, now let's see. Nothing. Any errors? No. Import preset button. Let's just make sure we're getting it. So log this dot import preset button. This doesn't seem to be running. Why is that? Import preset button. Let's log it here. This dot import preset button. Alright, there it is. got the button there. Why is init listeners not running? Listeners. Oh, I'm inside another. I was inside another. Boom. There we go. Okay, so now what do we need? We need a import field here. So let's add text area to body. I know I want that like that. So now it should have the. Cool, don't need it that big. Paste it in there. Now we need some instructions. Add helper message. And what should we say? Paste the preset JSON here. That will probably. Not sure we need to be talking about JSON here. It's a bit programmery. Paste preset string here. That will do for now. So I need to add that to the. Pen that to the body. Let's have that in bold. It's not right. In HTML. Boom. Right, so now I'm gonna paste it in there. I need a button.
Oh, sure, I'll bring it up to you, but you go up to order.
Button to import. Yes, so we want the listener. We want to create preset. Let's see if it's it's creating my preset object from JSON. That's not going to work. It doesn't exist. But I could implement that. All right. So. Does not exist, eh? Import preset modal. Does seem to exist. That's strange. Oh no. No, it doesn't exist. So let's create the modal before that. Let's create this listener after and then import modal. Let's try this, and now we need a preset.from JSON. So if I go to my types, I've got the preset class here, and so I've got this serialize, which is basically the toJSON function. So now we want the from JSON function. So I could rename this to toJSON. That might be more. That might be nicer. toJSON or from JSON. Yeah. Let's do that. toJSON from JSON. So I want this to optionally be. Yeah. Let's do this. Let's do this. So. Hopefully this will. Alright, it's given me a suggestion for that. I think that's probably gonna. I want it to return an instance of itself. Will that work? No, I don't know. I can do. maybe this shouldn't be a method on it. Maybe I should just create a how about go to create a function preset from JSON, and let's import the preset type. So we're going to pass the JSON string new preset. This is what we want. Okay, we're going to have to also create the prompt and settings objects, which are contained in the in the serialized JSON. So we want prompt as a new prompt. We're not going to have an ID. We'll have a name. Text, yes, that's that. Language model settings, yes, yes. And then we're going to create those. Going to save them in the database, which is the local storage at the moment for the user. So db.create prompt, that will give it an ID, and now we'll have prompt ID, settings ID. I think we're there. Now there's going to be some potential conflicts on don't need that ID there. Is this also going to create the preset in the database? Let's do that. Yeah, okay, let's do that. And yeah, we're going to create it. Now there might be some conflicts on the name if there's an existing preset of that name, and same with the settings and prompt. So we're going to have to handle those somehow. If you try to import something and then there's a conflict, there's going to have to be maybe a check, and then a snack bar message comes up saying, let's just say you can't do it because there's already something with that name, but in the future you probably want to be able to change the name, choose a new name, but let's do that later. So now let's try this. So I want to import this back in my playground code now. Let's import preset from JSON. It's probably be create preset because we are actually not just instantiating a preset object from the JSON, we're actually creating it in the database as well. So let's have that, and then in the import modal we are going to create preset from JSON. And yes, okay, so we're expecting this to now work. Serialize is not a function. I've changed the name. We go back to types. back to my preset class. No, where am I calling serialize? In the presets table. There it is. So now it's to JSON. I might change that back to serialize at some point. Okay, so now this should now be an importable string. So I'm going to copy it, import, paste. I need a bloody button, don't I? Let's add the button. Add the button. Okay. Right. Let's grab this. I need a little copying helper. Right, something happened. Something frightful. So, all right, let's see what we got here. Let's return the preset object and let's log it. And so this is already, I've obviously loaded something into the state which is not quite right. So then let me find out what that is. So I could go into the local storage and into preset. Yeah, so this is what I've just created, I think. So this is what I had before, and that looks fine. How is this different? Oh, this is prompt, but it should be prompt ID. Alright, so can I delete just that? Alright, let's delete all of the presets. Good, so let's amend this. So this looks like it's doing the right thing. Creating a preset with prompt ID. Let's try it again. Damn, I've lost it. So let's create a new preset, save preset, keywords template. Oh, that's still not working. No ID, I think, is probably the problem. There's no ID on the preset object. So this is happening in the presets table. Oh, we're using the preset name as for the ID currently. It's probably not going to fix anything, but So the ID is currently null, I think is what's happening. Let's say it's an empty string. Where is this? Table row ID to string. It's not happy. This is happening in the data table. Table row. This is it. It's not liking it. So let's just see what that. Let's just see what the data that's trying to render is. It's this. So the ID is null. And that's the issue. So when I save it, it should be getting an ID. So let's go and look at that. So I'm pressing the Save Preset button, and then we are going all the way to creating a preset. Now that should give it an ID. And if it doesn't, then that's what we're going to have to go and figure out. So let me clear that bit of state again. Now I'm gonna save the preset, and we should see the object it's creating. This is it, and it does have an ID. That's that. It does have an ID. So but what the data table is getting, the data table is not getting an ID. So this is happening in the presets table. Preset.id should have an ID. So let's log the preset there. Doesn't have an ID. So where am I passing it to the presets table? Should be in here. Presets table. Render presets table. Send the presets to the table. So let's just see what the presets are looking like there. Got one preset, doesn't have an ID. That is very strange. So if I go to the database logic here, we're running create item. When we create that preset, we're saying if it doesn't have an ID, you create an ID. And the way it's creating an ID is it's saying what's the highest ID that exists, which if there are no IDs already, what's that going to be? Maybe this is going to, it should be 0. It should be 0. So let's do a console log here. Key. So save preset, test. Yeah, preset 0. So what have we got saved in the storage here? There's no ID for that one. There's no ID for that one. And this prompt shouldn't be a prompt. It should be a prompt ID. So should be no prompt on the preset. So we've got to find where that's happening. So at the save preset, this is where things must be going wrong. Prompt ID. I do not see where that could be happening. So if I log created preset, it's the preset there, that should be okay. Before create preset, right? Let's see what those are. So save.
Do you want to see on the slip? Yeah, go.
Now before creating it and after creating it, I think these are actually going to be the same, because this is updated from, because the object is going to be updated by whatever we did to it, so these are actually the same, but it looks fine. It looks like how it should be. Now if I go to look in the local storage, wow, this is not how it should be. It doesn't have an ID. This is the strangest thing I've seen yet in this project. I want to see the exact JSON that is being saved. So it's going to be in this create item. I'm going to log creating item of type key, item JSON is that. So I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Get rid of all that. Save a preset. Test. Creating item of type. Okay, so this is creating the, when we create the preset, we're creating a prompt object and a settings object before we create the preset object. So prompt looks good. The JSON looks fine. Now the settings looks good. And then the JSON is fine, and now the preset. Creating item of type preset. Preset I, that all looks good. Ah, but look at the JSON. It's got a prompt in it. Ah, I see what's happened. Wow. It's the to JSON. It's the fact that it's this to JSON method. Oh my. Okay. That is a special method that's called, if you JSON stringify an object, it uses this. Wow. Okay. Back to serialize for you. Serialize. And now let's well, that is oh well. That's a lesson learned. Let's see if there's any action on the stream. Alright. Nothing. There's some error message though. We need to change the video resolution. Resolution. Which is not supported. Expected video configuration is interesting. Don't know how to do that. Edit. Maybe it's something I have to do in my software settings. Let's see how it's looking. It looks fine to me. So I'll worry about that later. Alright, so let's finish off this item. And then I'm going to get lunch. So now that I've changed that back, I'm expecting this to all work. So let's get rid of that state again. Where's it gone? Let's get rid of this one. And now I should be able to save. And there it is. It's there. And now
No, you're good.
I should be able to
My backpack's covered.
copy this, upload it, boom. It's worked. And it's exactly the same. So if I change some settings here and then I load this one, it goes back to how it should be. If I delete some stuff, change some settings, and then load this preset, I get the text and I get the right settings. So that's exactly right. Now the only thing to deal with now is I think the naming conflict. I guess we could just always allow it and just create a sort of brackets to type thing. That'll probably be the best. So let's just put in a quick thing for that. So if I go to, let's say, our create preset from JSON, now we should do a name check. So I'm going to get all of the presets and check for a name conflict. So I should probably do that with all of these things. That could probably be a database layer job, where if you try to create something with a name already exists, then it appends that. But I'm not going to put that in that abstraction layer yet. Let's do it here. So let's just do it for the preset for now. So we're gonna check for name conflicts. So let's have existing presets, get presets, and now, yeah, that's exactly what we want. What we want is this to be dynamically generated, so no, but that's not like that unless we pass out the current number. Let's just have it like that for now. So now if I run the import again, we should get that. And I'm not sure if I'm copying this. I need to put a little copying helper in here. Test 1, there we go. Now if I do it again, it's going to be test 1, 1, isn't it? No. It would be if I copied this one, but we can't have this. So it's going to have to be a while loop of some kind, isn't it? While there is not a name conflict, while there is a name conflict, yeah, append a number. Let's try that. So see what it's going to suggest here. Yeah, this is the right kind of thing. So if that, then we're gonna add something to the name. Let's try this. Let's see what it's doing here. So if I copy this, go here, test 1. Now if I do it again, it's going to be test 1, 1. No, 2. That's exactly right. What if I do this one? This is going to be test 2, 1. Yeah. Yeah. Oh well, I think that's fine for now. So, probably the last thing I want to do here is just add this copy helper. So, how can I do that? I want to just click this and it's copied straight away. So, let's do that. So if I go back to this, I've got it's one of these. So I had a share button, so share. Oh, it's part of the presets table, that's why. Yes. So if you press share, you serialize the preset, create a modal, and now we want to I want the copying helper. So let's see what Copilot will give us. So helper for copying. So clipboard. Now let's say maybe this is fine. Now we want a message, ideally. if you click it, what's this? Possibly null. Let's have it that it's always going to be defined. Is there a way to easy way to put a message? Is this do I have this? I think I've implemented a snack bar thing here, so let's try this. Message. No, it wants message HTML. So that'll do. So now I should be able to do this, and I've got it. Boom. Now let's get rid of all of these. That's pretty good. So that's, I think the import preset is done. And now it's time for a break.